From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium.
Not a day in my life, knows my dogs, stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. We ain't gon' run, no, we gon' hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Knows my dogs, stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressed in all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Ay, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in the ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation. Ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check.
The coach take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium at East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the New York Jets. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Come on, set. 18 Gator.
Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
You ready? 52, come on. Check. 52, come on. I don't think you got it, son.
Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
At the 35-yard line.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
All day, defense, all day, all day. Recon, 132 fighter.
Now Rashad Penny. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
Here we go. Rock it.
Off play action. Ellis going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll run for it with Penny. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the fourth down play to result in 23 yards.
I'm laughing because I'm not so sure I would have made this call. I'm not so sure I would have said, yeah, let's go ahead and get this one, especially at this point of the game. But give him credit. He had a feeling and carried it through.
Yeah, that's one where you think, okay, if you're down, 2 minutes left, the ball's near midfield, you go for it. But at this stage, at that part of the field, but like you said, it worked. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
11 more on that one and another first down. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. His fourth touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. Here's Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Shaquem Griffin.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18, and they will set up shop with outstanding field position in the red zone at the 17-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
It's a nice pickup at 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
They'll try and run forward with Penny, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Right here.
Here's Penny on the counter, and they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position. Now facing 3rd down.
61, matchbox lights. Hey, wahoo! Check flag 33, check flag 33.
Looking to throw. Ellis. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Well, they are able to get 9 yards out of that, but now it's 4th down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Check Mike 57. Mike 57. Here we go. 57's the Mike. Watch 57. Check pass. Check pass. Mike's 57. 57's Mike. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there, huh?
Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. 3rd and long, it's Darnold. He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and it's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And take it right on the 30. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
90 Wolf. Number 53. Mike 53. 22 Jet Bomber. 22 Jet Bomber.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 31 yards there and a 1st down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. After one, it's 9-0.
Hit it. 53 is the mic. Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
Penny, a 1st down carry. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Jennings was the one he was looking for, but now it's third down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old-school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football, because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Back to throw. Ellis. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And can you believe it? He misses another one. His 3rd so far. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Here we go.
26-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
It's 2nd and 8.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down.
Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down. Hey, 52.
Darnold from the gun. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead it just brings up 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
Let's go.
At their own 27-yard line.
Ready, break.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Coming this way. Here we go. On 6-6, pull it high. Rush in.
Penny. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
53. Come on, baby. Come on. Let's shoot.
On 3rd down, Ellis. He's going to air one out. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
It's our time.
They'll run on first down. It's Palmer. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
You.
And a quick throw here. That's complete. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
We're going to set. Watch 57. Let's go.
Throwing here on 3rd down. Darnold. It's caught by Herndon. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 44-yard line. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. On 2nd down now, it's Palmer. 4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first. Now it's Darnold. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
They begin with a run by Penny. And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. On second down, Snow. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
General West.
First down.
On first down, Ellis. This pass to Jennings, and he makes the catch. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Hey, Echo.
On first down, Snow. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Hey, Team 6. Team 6. 53's the mic. 53.
To throw on second down, Ellis. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Here we go. 8, read. Hey, Zoo. Let's go, V, let's go. Hey, let's get this. Hey, we're going 37's the mic. Mic 37. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. Hey, exit. Don't be scared of it. Yep. 37's the mic. Mic 37. Bring it. Bring it. And we're going 37's the mic. Ready?
On first and 10, Ellis. That's caught by Jennings. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6.
Smooth.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
And we're going 37's the mic. Mic 37. Watch the screen. Say go.
Off the play fake. Dallas nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And nothing but daylight ahead. 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Austin Eckler, 79 yards. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. With the extra point, and this is back to an 8-point game. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. Yeah, this is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. And they give this time to the tailback. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, Ellis. That one going to be complete to David Moore. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
Set, ready? 18 Gator. Check, 53, Mike. Recon, 132 fighter. Shoot.
They'll run on 1st down. Snow. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Shift. 80 weapon. Let's go. Bravo. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Shoot.
Off play action. Ellis. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Operating from the gun, Ellis. And that will be incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
Get ready.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
And Darnold just beating the play clock. He sets to fire deep. And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 48 yards. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Check nickel.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. This defense hasn't let him in yet. They'll need to stiffen here. 3rd and goal from the 2.
57's Mike. Mike 57. I'm coming.
Hey, Haywood. 57's the mic.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A 2-yard touchdown grab as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted a tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Mike. Hey, Charlie. 53, Mike. Look at me. Zipper. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. Here we go. 53 to Mike. 53. Hey, Delta. Me and you all day.
From the gun, Ellis. And he's got his target. That's more. 10 yards and a Seattle 1st down.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Now a run on 1st down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Here we go. Set. 10-2 saw. 53's Mike. Nice, sweetheart. Ready.
Now a handoff here to his running back. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. Go.
To throw on 3rd down. Ellis. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. 1st down, Seahawks.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Back now here on EA Sports. All even as we get ready to start the 4th.
Sam off. Good track. Watch twist. Watch. Hey, orbit. Get it.
Off the play fake. Ellis. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
The Seahawks on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11.
Mike check 33. 33. Watch the run. Hey, check Mike. Hustle. Come up the ball.
Operating from the gun. Ellis. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Hey, high 7. Go full strip. Hey, check Mike 33. Check Mike 33. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you.
On 4th down, Ellis. And no, it's incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last.
Through an opening, and there he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jets have taken the lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And they will take a 7-point lead. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
We got to step it up.
Off play action. Ellis. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 16.
Yeah. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Mike check 33. Deep grip.
From the gun, Ellis. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 27-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. It's Eckler again. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
36-yard line.
Real side. 52. Watch the slats. Watch the slat. Kill. Red 80.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Jets on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Seam 6.
Darnold now to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Off the play fake, Ellis. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Ellis. He's got his man, Boyd. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Throwing on first down. Ellis, and his pass incomplete. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Single. 61, catch, box, lights. Hey, Alpha. Everyone, 37's the Mike. Mike 37.
All day, just like that. Just like that.
Everyone, get it.
They'll look to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Haywood. We got 3, fellas. We got 3. Everyone, 37's the Mike. Mike 37.
On 4th down, Ellis. And this is caught. He hits Moore. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need. That's exactly what they got done.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They've got to burn the timeout, and they do, but a costly, costly sack. And now maybe just time for one final play. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Mike 20. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. There we go, Mike 20. Not today, you are. Not today. Mike 20. Hey! Hey, come on now. Defense.
On 4th down, Ellis. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
No, better. Check three. Jim.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Jets, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to